All right, if you're a trader using TradingView, you have definitely felt this pain. You've got a brilliant idea for a custom indicator, but actually getting it onto your chart feels like an impossible task. Well, today we're going to talk about a tool called Pineify that aims to solve that exact problem. It builds a bridge right over that gap between your idea and a working script. And here's the kicker, you don't have to write a single line of code.
Yeah, this hits home for just about every trader, right? You've got your own special sauce, a specific set of rules, a combo of signals that nobody else uses. That's your edge. But getting that idea out of your brain and onto a chart where you can actually use it, that's where everything just grinds to a halt. You know exactly what you want to see, but the standard tools just don't cut it. So, what do you do? Well, up until now, the options have been, let's just say, less than ideal. Option 1, you can try to learn PineScript yourself, and that means sinking hours and hours into learning a programming language, debugging endless errors, all while you should be analyzing the market. Or option 2, you hire a freelancer. But that can easily set you back a few $100s for just one indicator, and you have to wait for them to build it. Either way, you're losing time or money. Two things no trader can afford to waste.
And then, on top of all that, you hit this wall. Even if you find the indicators you want, TradingView itself puts a hard limit on how many you can use. If you're on the free basic plan, you get exactly 2 indicators per chart. Just 2. I mean, think about that. A pretty standard strategy with an RSI, a MACD, and maybe a moving average, that's already impossible. You're forced to handicap your own strategy before you even start.
So here's the bottom line. Your best trading ideas, the very things that could give you a real edge, are basically locked up. They're trapped behind this wall of complicated code, expensive freelancers, and annoying platform limits. But what if you could just break through that wall?
Okay, so this is where Pineify comes into the picture. It's a tool designed from the ground up to tear down that wall and turn your trading ideas into real working indicators, like right now.
So what is it exactly? Pineify is an AI-powered platform made specifically for us TradingView users. It gives you a visual drag-and-drop builder and a super smart AI that generates the PineScript code for you. In other words, you handle the strategy, Pineify handles all the tedious coding.
The whole platform is really built around 3 powerful tools. First, there's a visual editor, where you can build indicators just by clicking and dragging. Second, you have an AI coding agent that can actually understand your strategy when you just type it out in plain English. And third, there's a screener generator, so you can find your exact setup across the whole market. Let's take a quick look at each one.
Let's start with the big one, the visual editor. This is for anyone who just wants to see their idea come to life without ever having to stare at a single line of code.
And using it is honestly so simple. First, you pick your building blocks from this huge library of over 235 different indicators. Then, you piece them together with simple logic, like if this happens, then do that. For example, if the RSI is below 30 and the MACD line crosses up, then show me a big green buy arrow. You tweak the colors, set your levels, and boom, you just copy the code that Pineify spits out. It's that easy.
Okay, remember this number? 2. That incredibly frustrating limit of just 2 indicators on a free TradingView account.
Well, with Pineify, that's just not your problem anymore. So how does that even work? It's actually pretty brilliant, because you're combining all of your rules, your RSI, your MACD, your moving averages, your volume, into one single script. It only takes up 1 indicator slot on your TradingView chart. That means you can run a super complex strategy with 5 or 6 different conditions, even on the free plan, and still have a slot left over. It's a total game changer.
But, okay, what if your idea is a little more complex? Maybe it's something you can't just build with drag and drop. That's where the second tool, the AI coding agent, comes into play. This is where you can get really specific. You can just describe what you need in plain English. You could type something like, build me a strategy with a 20 and 50 EMA crossover, but add an automatic stop loss at 2% and a take profit target at 4%. Or maybe, show me what the daily RSI is doing on my 1-hour chart. The AI understands these kinds of requests and just writes the clean, modern PineScript to make it happen.
Now I know what you're probably thinking. Hey, can't I just use something like ChatGPT for this? And look, that's a fair question. But here's the key difference: specialization. A general AI like ChatGPT is, well, a generalist. Pineify's AI is a specialist. It has been trained specifically on TradingView's official documentation and thousands of common PineScript errors. That means it generates code that's cleaner, more reliable, and doesn't use old, buggy syntax you might get from other AIs. All right, so you've built this amazing custom indicator. Now what? You've got to find the stocks or cryptos that are actually matching your new rules, right? This is where the third tool, the screener generator, becomes your best friend. It's all about saving you a ton of time.
Seriously, just think about it for a second. How many hours do you burn just clicking through charts, one by one, hunting for that perfect setup? It's mind-numbing, and it's probably the most inefficient part of trading.
Well, the screener basically automates that entire painful process. You can build a custom scanner that watches your entire watch list or even the entire S&P 500 across multiple timeframes all at once. It will instantly flag every single asset that meets your very specific custom criteria and give you a simple long, short, or neutral signal in real time. Then you just click once to export it right into TradingView.
So what this all boils down to is that the barrier, that huge, frustrating barrier between a good trading idea and a tool you can actually use, is finally gone. That path has never, ever been shorter.
And let's just talk numbers, because this is where it gets really compelling. Hiring a developer to code one indicator for you could cost you $100, $200, even $300. For about the price of one of those, Pineify gives you lifetime access to build an unlimited number of indicators. I mean, you literally break even after building your very first tool. Everything after that is free.
And once you have your code, you might be wondering, okay, is it going to be a huge pain to get this on my chart? Nope, it's a simple copy and paste. The whole process takes less than 60 seconds.
So if you're ready to give this a shot, here's exactly what you do. First, head over to Pineify.app. You can start with their free tier, so there's no risk. Open up the visual editor and just try building a simple combination of two indicators you already use. Then you just copy the code, paste it into TradingView's Pine editor, and that's it. It'll be live on your chart, ready for you to backtest.
So it all comes down to this one question. Your trading edge is what makes you unique. So why are you still using the same generic, off-the-shelf tools as everybody else? Isn't it time your tools were unique too? If you're ready to start building, you can check it all out at Pineify.app.